Hello there, I'm Libby and welcome to The Void. Today we're examining the corpse of civilized conversation and poking at it with a stick. Because debates, real debates, that cannot lead to truth, clarity, or maybe even wisdom, they're dead. And the main culprit? The educational system. Let's go back a bit. Debate used to mean dialogue, a space where opposing ideas collided, not to destroy each other, but to forge something better in the friction. Think Socrates. He didn't show up to arguments armed with facts like bullets, he asked questions. Awkward, annoying, beautiful questions. He'd whittle away someone's confidence not to humiliate them, but to guide them towards self-examination. The goal wasn't victory, it was truth. Or, at the very least, clarity. Now, fast forward to today. What do you picture when I say debate? A high school podium? A guy with a mic on TikTok yelling about facts don't care about your feelings? A political candidate throwing buzzwords like throwing knives? That's cute, but that's not debate. That's just verbal fencing with a scoreboard. The educational system didn't just fail to teach us how to think critically, it actively taught us how not to. In most classrooms, debate is structured like a sport. Two sides, a time limit, judges, a winner. You are told to pick a side, even if you don't agree with it. Research, write an argument, memorize your lines, deliver them with confidence. Style over substance, delivery over depth. What are we teaching here? That the truth is secondary to performance, that certainty is more valuable than curiosity, that it's better to be loud and wrong than soft and thoughtful. Do you know what's never rewarded? Saying, you know what? That's a good point. I hadn't thought of that. That's seen as a weakness, as losing, but it's actually intellectual maturity. Too bad maturity doesn't win trophies. But let's not pretend this only happens in schools. Social media took this model and amplified it with algorithms. Now we've got entire platforms built on debate performance. Reaction channels, political streamers, debate pros with Red Bull in one hand and strawman fallacies in the other. And it's all about optics. Outsmarting, outshouting, outmiming your opponent. You don't have to be right. You just have to look right. Clip a 10-second soundbite, slap destroyed on the thumbnail, and you win the internet. No one's listening, no one's reflecting. Everyone's just sharpening their words into weapons. And the worst part? They think that's what intelligence looks like. Underneath all of this is something much more fragile. We've been taught to fear not having answers, to fear uncertainty, to fear looking dumb. But real dialogue isn't about being the smartest person in the room. It's about being brave enough to say, I don't know. Let's figure it out. The education system rarely makes space for that kind of intellectual humility because it's not testable, not measurable, not easy to grade. So instead, we reward confidence, even when it's empty. We create students who are fluent in buzzwords, but allergic to nuance, who can argue both sides of a prompt, but don't believe either, who win debates and learn nothing. Imagine a different kind of debate, one where there's no scoreboard, where admitting you change your mind is seen as strength, where ideas aren't locked in binary opposition, but allowed to evolve, dissolve, and even merge. Imagine discussions where winning means both people leave the room more informed, more grounded, maybe even more uncertain, but in a good way. It's possible, but it requires unlearning what school and the internet has taught us. You have to resist the urge to perform. You have to listen, not reload. You have to seek, not score. And maybe, just maybe, you have to let your ego take a seat in the audience for once.